The sky turned red at exactly 12:00 p.m. New York time. No one understood what was happening. The clouds stopped moving. Birds froze in the air. All phones and satellites went dead. For 5 full minutes, Earth held its breath. Then, a voice came from the sky. It didn't speak in any human language, but every person understood it. You have 10 minutes to evacuate this planet. Our weapon is locked. Resistance is pointless. This is your only warning. People screamed. Cars crashed. News anchors stared into their cameras with wide eyes. Presidents, kings, and generals tried to call each other, but nothing worked. The voice came again, soft this time. 9 minutes. In a military bunker under Washington, D.C., General Harris stood frozen. His staff looked at him for answers, but he had none. The radar showed something massive in Earth's orbit, something bigger than the moon. "Can we fire back?" someone asked. "With what?" Harris replied. "This isn't a war. This is execution." 8 minutes. Some people ran to airports, others hugged their families. A few prayed. Most just stared at the sky, waiting. In Tokyo, a little girl drew pictures of the stars. She looked up and said, "They're not very nice." In India, an old woman smiled. "Let them try," she whispered. 7 minutes. In orbit, the alien ship opened its weapon ports. It was shaped like a black spear. Energy pulsed through its body like blood. Thousands of eyes, alien observers from across the galaxy, watched from hidden screens. This was the weapon that had destroyed over 300 planets. No survivors, no delays. 1 beam, 1 second, total erasure. 6 minutes. The aliens didn't hate Earth. They just feared what it might become. Humans were growing too fast. Their wars had slowed, their science had advanced, and worst of all, they were unafraid of the dark. They had reached the edge of the galaxy, and they were curious. 5 minutes. In a small town in Brazil, a boy played soccer alone. He didn't care about the sky. He kicked the ball harder, angry at the fear around him. When it bounced too far, he ran to get it and looked up. A giant red circle was glowing above him. 4 minutes. The ship powered its core. A beam of pure destruction built up behind its center. The aliens called it the wipe. It didn't explode a planet. It erased it. Time, matter, energy, gone like it was. Never there. 3 minutes. In the Arctic, a research team gathered to watch. One scientist, Dr. Lin, recorded a message. "To anyone who finds this, we never surrendered. We were just unprepared. Maybe that's why they fear us." 2 minutes. No world had ever survived the wipe. Not even the machine worlds of the Zarnak. Not even the telepath planets of the Isari Earth would be gone soon. 1 minute. Then, silence. The alien ship's energy reached full charge. The beam locked onto Earth. A quiet hum filled the vacuum of space. 10, 9, 8. On Earth, people stopped screaming. They had no energy left. 7, 6, 5. A child cried. A soldier loaded his last bullet. A teacher held his student's hand. 4, 3, 2. General Harris closed his eyes. 1. The beam fired. The sky went white. For 2 full minutes, Earth glowed. People fell to the ground. Some fainted, others simply waited for pain. But it didn't come. The light faded. The sky turned blue again. Birds began to move, phones buzzed to life, and Earth was still there. No cities destroyed, no oceans boiling, not even a tree burned. In space, the alien ship stood silent. Their sensors screamed, weapon success, 100% firepower, result, 0% impact. "That's impossible," said Commander Varkas, the leader of the strike. His crew stared at the screen. Earth was still there. "Check the beam." "Was it blocked?" "No, sir," the engineer replied. "It hit, it connected, it passed through." Varkas felt cold. Passed through? Yes, like Earth wasn't there, but it is. A junior officer looked up. Sir, maybe we missed something. All across the galaxy, species watching the live stream fell into silence. Nothing like this had ever happened. A weapon designed to erase planets had no effect on Earth. The Galactic Council was informed within minutes. They demanded explanations. The Zarnak, who built the weapon, swore it worked perfectly. The Isari, who controlled time, saw no flaw. The Van, who knew gravity better than any race, confirmed Earth's orbit was unchanged. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. And yet, Earth said nothing. No signals were sent back, no threats, no messages. The humans just continued. On Earth, General Harris looked at the sky. Did someone save us? He asked. No one answered. Satellites showed the alien ship. Still there, not moving. Some wanted to attack it. Others said wait. President Marlowe gave a speech to the world. We are still here. That is enough for now. Let us be calm. Let us not strike back. Not yet. People returned to their lives slowly. But the fear never left. Children drew pictures of the sky. Poets wrote of the light that didn't burn. And somewhere, deep in the Earth, something stirred. In a secret chamber beneath the mountains of Alaska, a machine powered on. Its lights glowed red. It scanned the sky. It saw the alien ship. First strike failed, the machine said to itself. They will try again. Aye. Second voice responded from the dark. They always do. Is the human race ready? No. Then we prepare. In orbit, the alien commander watched Earth. Send a probe, he ordered. A small ship was launched. It entered Earth's atmosphere slowly. It flew over forests, oceans, cities. Then it exploded. No missile hit it. No weapon targeted it. It simply ceased to exist, like it had entered a zone that rejected it. The aliens called this impossible. But Earth had no defense grid. So, what happened? 2 days later, a scientist on the alien ship discovered something strange. The Earth's surface emits no radiation from our beam. That's expected, Varkas replied. No, she said. Not none as in weak. None as in, like we never fired. The logs were checked, their weapon fired. The power was drained. But Earth's atoms had no trace of heat. No molecules out of place, no memory of the impact. It was as if the universe itself rewrote history, as if something protected Earth. The Council called Earth the Silent Shield. They warned others to stay away. Some obeyed, others did not. And Earth said nothing. But it watched. Always watched, and for the first time in history, the galaxy felt fear. Not of a weapon, not of an army, but of a... The world was still quiet after the attack that didn't happen. Everyone remembered the red sky, the countdown, the light, and then nothing. News called it the miracle. Scientists had no answers. The alien ship still floated above Earth, but it didn't move again. People returned to their lives, but deep down, they were scared. Something had protected Earth, but no one knew what, until a man named Adam did something that made every alien tremble. Adam lived in Texas. Not in a city, not even near one. Just land, grass, cows, and old fences. He had no wife, no family. Just a small wooden house and an old dog named Max. He didn't watch the news. Didn't care about space or aliens. When the sky turned red that day, he went inside, grabbed a beer and said, well, that's new. When nothing happened, he just went back to work. Adam was quiet, strong, and a little strange. He never got sick, never tired. Sometimes storms would come, but they always passed over his land. Just lucky, he'd say. But luck had nothing to do with what was coming. 3 weeks after the failed alien strike, something appeared over Adam's land. A small black drone, no bigger than a soccer ball, hovered in the sky. It made no sound. Its skin was smooth, glowing with green lines. It scanned the ground, saw Adam, zoomed in, target locked. Adam stood still. He held a shovel, digging a hole to fix a water pipe. Max, the dog, growled. The drone charged a weapon, just a small test. Blast! A beam shot toward Adam's chest. He didn't move. The beam hit him, or it should have. Instead, the moment the light touched his shirt, it vanished. No smoke, no sound, just gone. The drone paused, confused. It scanned him again. Nothing. Then it exploded. No warning, no cause. It just blew up in midair like something crushed it from the inside. Adam stood, brushed dirt off his shirt and looked at the sky. Not polite to spy, he muttered. Then he went back to digging. Up in orbit, the alien ship's alarms screamed. Drone destroyed. No data recovered. Target, human male. Location, Earth Sector 12. Identity, unknown. Commander Varkas looked at the footage. He slowed it down, watched the beam disappear before it hit the man. No shielding, said the science officer. No energy field. The drone's energy simply vanished. Varkas frowned. Send a team. That night, 4 alien soldiers landed quietly near Adam's farm. They were invisible, silent, trained to take down anything. They walked through tall grass. Max barked once, then hid under the porch. The aliens approached the house. The lead soldier raised a scanner. The screen showed danger level 0, civilian, no weapons detected. They moved in. One touched the door. The door opened on its own. Inside, Adam stood in the dark kitchen. He sipped coffee. Evening, he said. The aliens froze. They activated. Energy shields, guns ready. One moved to grab him. The moment his hand got close, he screamed. The shield around him shattered. He dropped to the ground, convulsing. The others opened fire. Blue bolts flew at Adam. They vanished before touching him. Adam didn't move. He didn't need to. One by one, the aliens dropped. Not hurt, not dead, just disabled. Their suits shorted. Out. Their weapons broke in their hands. Adam walked outside, looked up. I don't know who you are, he said, but you better stop. Then he turned and went back inside. By morning, the alien ship sent a full report to the Galactic Council. One man. No tech. No armor. Untouchable. The scientists named him the Static. His body blocks our signals. Our energy dies near him. His skin reflects all scans. He doesn't show in heat, radio, or light frequencies. He is immune to all known weapons. We do not know why. The Council demanded answers. Was he alone, or were there more? Meanwhile, Earth's people knew nothing, but a few did. General, Harris received a strange message from a private channel. No name, just text. There's a man in Texas who broke a drone without touching it. He didn't even blink. The general sent a scout team. They never came back. So he went himself. Adam stood on his porch when the black car rolled up. A soldier stepped out, followed by General Harris. Adam looked at him once. You're late, he said. Harris raised a brow. Excuse me? You've been watching since the drone. I saw your cameras last week. Harris chuckled. You're observant. No, Adam said. I just don't like being stared at. They sat outside. Harris spoke first. What are you? Human, Adam said. You're not like other humans? Adam sipped coffee. Not my fault. Can we test you? No. Why? Not? Adam looked at the sky. Because they're still watching, and I'm not ready to be their answer. Harris leaned forward. You know about the aliens? Only what I need to. And what's that? Adam's face grew dark. They're scared of us, but they don't know why. That night, another alien ship came. Smaller, faster, stealth class. It hovered above Adam's farm. Inside was a single creature. Tall, silver-skinned with 6 eyes. A spy-class species known as the Kier. Its job was to study anomalies, find secrets. It scanned Adam from orbit, sent data to the Council. The screen said, human male. Unknown signature, mass inconsistent. Heartbeat untraceable, brain waves unreadable. Possible class Omega entity. The spy opened a private channel to the High Council. I recommend this human be destroyed immediately. He may be a threat to galactic balance, the Council replied. You may proceed. The spy ship charged a dark matter beam, quiet, fast, untraceable. It fired. Adam looked up. The beam never touched him. Instead, the ship tore in half. No explosion. Just split clean like paper. It crashed 3 miles away. No survivors. The next day, something changed. Not in the sky, not on Earth, but across the galaxy. The word spread. There is a man on Earth who cannot be touched, who destroys without lifting a hand, who speaks softly, but the universe listens. They called him many names. The Static, the Silent Storm, the man who cancels stars, but Earth called him Adam, and Adam just wanted to be left alone. 1 week later, a message was found floating near Earth's orbit. Not from humans, not from aliens. Just text written in glowing letters across space. Do not touch the man in Texas. He is marked. No one knew who sent it, but the message was clear. Adam. The desert was quiet. Wind moved across the sand like whispers. Nothing grew there. No trees, no water, just dry bones and heat. Then, the silence broke. A group of aliens landed near a dead canyon. Their ship was small, dark green, shaped like a claw. They were elite engineers from the Galactic Council, sent on a secret mission. Their goal, find the crashed Earth shuttle. It had gone missing 50 years ago, lost during a human test flight near the edge of the solar system. The Council didn't care back then, but now, after Earth survived the wipe and the Static killed 2 drones, things had changed. They wanted answers, and the old shuttle might have one. The lead alien, Zeltor, stepped onto the dry ground. His feet hissed against the hot rock. He looked at his scanner. The signal is beneath us, 20 meters down. They began digging fast. Machines carved through the ground with sharp drills. After an hour, they found it. The shuttle was crushed, burned, half melted. Its name barely visible. ESS Pioneer. Zeltor tapped his wrist device. We found it, preparing to open it now. His crew cut through the hull. The door fell with a thud. Inside, it was dark. Old wires hung like vines. Screens were cracked. Dust floated in the air, but in the center of the wreck, a small black box still glowed. The ship's AI core. Zeltor stepped closer. It's still alive. One of his team nodded. Power is low, but intact. He reached out to touch it. The core spoke. Access denied. Human command only. Zeltor hissed. Primitive junk. Then the core spoke again, louder. Warning, defensive protocol engaged. A sharp click echoed in the wreck. Then, silence. Zeltor turned. Did it shut down? No. Someone whispered. It woke up. Then the lights turned red. The core hummed. A voice filled the ship. Unit, Pioneer. Status, captured. Action, activate steel protocol. Before they could run, the ship pulsed with energy. All alien equipment exploded. Armor melted. Comms went dead. The aliens screamed. One by one, they fell, not dead, but frozen, stuck in place, trapped in time. The AI had locked them in a bubble of memory. Back on the orbiting ship, alarms rang. Team Delta is not responding. The captain looked at the screen. The entire canyon below had gone dark. No heat. No motion, nothing. "Send in a drone," he said. The drone flew down, entered the shuttle wreck, and stopped. Its camera flickered. Its systems died. Before it shut down, one word appeared on the screen. "Remember." On Earth, General Harris stood with a scientist named Dr. Leon. She was short, quiet, and very smart. She had studied the Pioneer mission for 20 years. "We thought it was lost," she said. "But the AI, it's still protecting something." Harris nodded. "The aliens found it first. What do we do?" "Pray it still remembers who we are." A day later, something strange happened. All over Earth, old machines powered on, not new ones, just the old ones. Ancient satellites, military bunkers, deep-core scanners, machines made decades ago. Each one blinked once, then displayed the same message: "The steel remembers." News spread fast. People didn't understand it. But the aliens did, because across their systems, something worse was happening. Every ship that had ever scanned Earth, their memory files began deleting. Every planet that had helped build the wipe, their labs started glitching. The virus didn't touch systems, it touched memory. It made them forget, and only one planet was immune: Earth. Inside the wrecked Pioneer, the AI core pulsed gently. Its name was Unit 9. It was built during a secret Earth program known only as Steel Protocol, a last defense, not of weapons but of reminders. It couldn't fight ships, but it could make the galaxy forget how to fight Earth. A galactic council meeting was called in panic. Zeltor and his team were still missing. Ships near Earth were losing data. AI logs were being wiped. One leader shouted, "This is a code virus." Another said, "No, it's worse. The humans built a memory weapon." "They can't build that," someone snapped. "They don't have the tech, but they have the effect." Then a scientist entered the room. She was shaking. "I found a message hidden in the data from the AI." They played it on the big screen. A voice spoke in soft English. "We don't need to destroy you. We just need you to forget how to destroy us. And now you will." Then the screen went black. Back on Earth, Adam watched from his porch. He looked to the horizon. Far away, under the dirt, the old steel machines of the past were waking up. Some were satellites, others were deep-sea servers. One was inside a mountain. Each one had the same goal: protect the memory of Earth, not by fighting, not by killing, but by reminding the universe Earth is not to be touched. Later that night, something strange happened to Varkas, the alien commander. He woke up in his ship and looked at his arm. His rank tattoo was gone. His team reports, gone. His Earth maps, gone. He turned to his officer. "Pull up our Earth strike logs." "Strike logs?" she asked. "Yes, the wipe. 3 weeks ago." She looked confused. "Sir, we never attacked Earth." Varkas froze. "What? Our weapon was never fired at Earth. It's still fully charged. But I remember, no record of that exists, sir." He ran to the logs. Empty. Earth was just a blank file. No details, no warnings, just one sentence. "The steel remembers." And now, no one else did. Across the galaxy, fear turned into confusion. The aliens knew something had gone wrong, but they couldn't say what. They remembered. Earth existed, but they couldn't remember why they were afraid of it. All the reports, gone. All warnings, missing, and the humans, still silent, still watching. In the desert canyon, the Pioneer ship glowed under the moonlight. Inside, the AI whispered to itself, "Memory is power. Fear is memory. As long as they forget, we remain free." And far away, Adam smiled in his sleep, because deep down, he remembered everything. The Galactic Council had not met like this in over 700 years. Inside a giant golden chamber floating near a blue star, leaders of 33 alien species stood in silence. They had destroyed planets, ruled star systems, ended wars with one command. But today they were afraid, not of a war, not of a weapon, of Earth. High Speaker Zayler of the Zarnak began the meeting. He slammed his staff on the floor. The sound echoed like thunder. 3 failed missions, 2 lost teams. Data erased. Our greatest weapon, the wipe, did nothing. He looked around at the others. Explain this. No one spoke. Then Lady Syra of the Isari stood. Her eyes glowed with time energy. My people searched through past and future timelines. Earth was not supposed to survive. Their fate was death. But now, I see nothing. Zalor growled. Nothing. Time refuses to show their future, she said. Something is blocking it. Not tech. Something older. The room buzzed with quiet fear. Lord Tenva of the Varrock tapped his claws on the table. Maybe the humans built a new weapon. No, said Syra. They built something worse. What? They built mystery. Back on Earth, in a dark room under a mountain, President Marlowe sat with General Harris and Dr. Leon. She showed them a drawing. It was made by a child in Africa, a girl who couldn't even read. The drawing showed stars, ships, and a strange alien weapon, one that had never been seen by humans, but the shape was exact, down to every screw. Leanne looked nervous. She said she saw it in a dream. Harris narrowed his eyes. A dream? Yes, and she says more are coming. Marlowe stood. They're watching us again. Leon nodded. But maybe we're watching back. Meanwhile, in the council chamber, the debate grew louder. The Sivar wanted peace. Leave Earth alone. It is cursed. The Threx demanded war. Crush them now before they spread. Others argued. Some begged to retreat. Some shouted to burn the planet to dust. Then a hologram appeared in the center of the chamber. It showed Earth, and next to it, a human child. She was sitting on the ground, drawing with crayons. The feed was from a secret scout drone. The child looked up at the camera, smiled, and held up her drawing. It showed a diagram of the council chamber itself. Perfectly drawn, with every alien marked in red. Gasps filled the room. Zalor stood frozen. How did she know this place? That's not possible, someone whispered. She's human, another snapped. She should not even know we exist. Then the drawing changed. The girl flipped to a second page. This time it showed something worse. The council chamber in flames. Panic spread. Some wanted to evacuate. Others wanted to launch a new attack. The room broke into 2 sides. Zayler shouted over the noise. Enough! We face a decision. Do we strike Earth again with all force? Or do we leave now and never return? Silence fell. Then a voice spoke from the shadows, a small alien, old and blind, from the ancient Drax race. He said only 3 words. They are chosen. Zayler turned. What did you say? The Drax elder stood slowly, his skin cracked with age. You do not see it, but I do. The humans were touched. Not by gods, not by machines, but by something deep in time. Something that walks behind stars. Earth is not a danger. Earth is a seed. The room stayed quiet. If we destroy it, he said, we destroy something bigger. Zayler clenched his jaw, but he couldn't argue, because deep down, part of him felt it too. Something ancient was watching Earth. Back on Earth, Adam stood in his barn. He stared at a metal shard he found near his fence. It was not human. It glowed with a weak blue light. When he touched it, he saw visions, not memories, visions of stars breaking, ships turning to dust, and a voice whispering, "She knows." He dropped the shard. Max barked, and Adam whispered, "Who is she?" Inna. Small village in Mongolia, the little girl from the drawing sat by a fire. She held a stick and traced circles in the dirt. Around her stood soldiers, doctors, scientists, but she spoke to none of them. She just drew, over and over, until finally she looked up and said, "It's coming from under." One man asked, "What is?" She pointed to the earth. "It's waking up." The council was now split. 12 species wanted to attack, 15 wanted to retreat, 6 refused to speak. They called this moment the breaking. It had never happened before. One council, 2 minds, and Earth was the cause. A secret meeting began inside the retreating group. They formed a new idea. Not war, not peace, but observation. They called themselves the Silent Ring. They would watch Earth from a distance, never act, never interfere, but always prepare. In case the humans became more than just strange, in case they became unstoppable. Meanwhile, the ones who still wanted war formed a new fleet, faster, stronger, hidden. Their goal, break Earth with no warning, before the humans fully woke up. On Earth, President Marlowe met Adam in secret. They stood in a steel room underground. Marlowe spoke softly. "We've seen the councils divide. Some want peace, some want blood." Adam looked tired. "It won't matter soon." "Why not?" He pointed to the wall. Behind it, a strange humming had begun, a rhythm, a pulse, like a heartbeat. "Earth is waking up too. Not just people. The planet." Marlowe stared at him. "Are you saying Earth is alive?" Adam smiled. "No. I'm saying Earth is remembering." And far across the stars, in a place even the council couldn't reach, something began to stir. A giant shape, black as night, floating between galaxies. It had no name, no face, only purpose. It had slept for millions of years, until now a tiny signal reached it. Not from humans, not from aliens, but from Earth itself. A whisper, a memory, and the shape. The desert wind was quiet, too quiet. Far from cities, far from noise, an alien mining ship hovered over the ground. It looked like a giant beetle, black and armored with long silver legs. This was a secret mission, no lights, no signals. Inside, a small team of elite alien miners worked fast. Their goal was simple: plant a planet-breaker bomb beneath Earth's surface. The council had split. Some wanted peace. But this group, they believed in war, and they believed Earth must fall before it rose too high. Commander Vex of the Zarnak led the mission. He stood tall, sharp, and cruel. "Begin drilling," he said. The machines roared to life. They were quiet, stealth drills. They didn't shake the ground, they melted it. Down they went, 10 meters, 50, 100. Then they stopped. Not because they hit stone, but because they hit metal. The scanners blinked red. "Commander," said the engineer, "this isn't natural." "What is it?" "It's a layer of smooth-shaped metal, buried under the surface." "How deep?" "Exactly 100 meters below us, and it covers everything." "Everything?" "Yes, sir. It stretches for miles." Vex frowned. "What kind of metal?" The engineer ran the test, then his eyes went wide. "Unknown. It's not in our database." "Not even in the ancient codes?" "No. This metal isn't alien. It's not human. It's something else." They sent a small drilling pod down to break through the metal. As it touched the surface, it stopped, not slowed, stopped, completely frozen in the air. Then a voice came from below, no sound. Just thought, a whisper in their minds. "You are not the first." The entire team backed away from their screens. "Who said that?" Vex growled. The voice came again. "You are not the first to dig. You are not the first to try." You will not be the last. But you will fail. The alien crew panicked. Some tried to escape. One pulled his weapon and fired at the ground. His beam vanished mid-air. Then his body went limp, eyes open. Mouth frozen in shock. He was alive, but stuck, like time forgot him. Vex tried to call the council. No signal. Then something appeared on every screen. A symbol, a circle inside a triangle. Beneath it, one word. Remember. Then the ground rumbled. Not. An earthquake. Something woke up. Miles away, Adam stood on his porch. The wind had changed. Max barked once and ran under the house. Adam looked at the sky. No, he whispered. Not from above this time. It's from below. He walked to the edge of his land and placed his hand on the dirt. He closed his eyes, and he heard it. A voice. Deep. Heavy. Not speaking words, just meaning. It was old, it was angry, and it was awake. In a lab deep under Colorado, Dr. Leon and General Harris watched their monitors flicker. Underground sensors were lighting up. But not just one, hundreds. What's happening? Harris asked. Leon shook her head. Something buried is sending out pulses. Old machines, long before human history. Ours? No, not made by us, but they're responding to the alien dig. Harris stepped closer to the screen. Are they weapons? Leon looked pale. They're not weapons. Then what? They're watchers. Back in the desert, Vex's crew fell into chaos. Doors shut on their own. Lights went red. One soldier screamed, "Get us out of here." Then the ship's AI spoke. But it didn't use its normal voice. It used a human voice. You tried to dig into the Earth's bones, but the bones remember. And now, you will remember too. Vex tried to pull the bomb out of the ground. It melted. Then the ship's engine locked, and the metal below them opened. Not like a door, like an eye. Bright white light shone upward. The ship began to shake, then rise. It wasn't flying. It was being lifted by something unseen. The crew screamed, one by one. They vanished into the light. The ship collapsed, and the metal eye closed. Hours later, satellite images showed the desert had changed. A perfect circle, 1 mile wide, was burned into the land. No signs of battle, no heat, no ash, just a shape, a triangle, inside a circle. And a message, written in strange, glowing letters only visible from the sky. Translated, it said, "Dig again, and you'll wake the rest." President Marlowe sat with Harris and Leon. They stared at the image in silence. Leon finally spoke. "There's something under our feet, something huge, something ancient. And it doesn't like being touched." Marlowe asked, "Is it human?" Leon shook her head. "No, it was here before us." "Then who made it?" She looked up, eyes serious. "I don't think it was made. I think it grew. Somewhere deep underground, far below even the machines, a light pulsed. A chamber of smooth white stone opened slowly. Inside was no tech, no screens, only a massive wall covered in carvings. The carvings showed stars, galaxies, and a single planet in the middle, Earth, and written above it in symbols older than time. "This world is watched. This world is warned. Do not wake the ground." In the council, panic returned. The scout ship was gone. Another lost team. Another strange symbol. Another warning. Zayla shouted, "How many signs do we need?" "Earth is hiding something under its skin," Syra replied, "or Earth itself is the secret." The elder Drax stood again. They are not just alive. They are surrounded by watchers, and the watchers are part of the world. You see humans, you think they are the threat. But they are the children. The world is the parent, and the parent is waking. Back on Earth, the little girl who drew the alien ship stood outside her house. She looked at the dirt. She smiled. Then she whispered, "They're still sleeping, but not for long." She drew one more picture. This time, it showed humans, all standing on top of a giant shape buried under the ground, a shape with... The earth was not quiet anymore. Beneath the ground, watchers stirred. In the sky, alien fleets circled from afar, and in secret rooms, humans made decisions. President Marlowe sat in a dark room deep under Washington. Only 3 people were with her: General Harris, Dr. Leon, and Adam. They were watching the satellite feed again. The desert had burned itself clean. A perfect circle remained. The message glowed: "Dig again, and you'll wake the rest." But someone already had. The aliens had tried. Now they were gone. Leon broke the silence. "Madam President, we can't wait anymore." Marlowe turned. "What are you suggesting?" Leon reached under the table and pulled out a small black box. On the top was a red button. The label read, "Rage Protocol." Adam stared at it. "What is that?" Harris explained. "Built years ago, just in case. If Earth was ever under threat and we couldn't win by normal means." Marlowe narrowed her eyes. "And what happens if we press it?" Leon spoke slowly. "Then we let humanity become what the aliens fear most. Unpredictable." Years ago, a small group of human scientists studied the difference between human anger and alien logic. Aliens used fear, strategy, cold plans. But humans, when pushed too far, they burned. Not just with pain, but with something stronger. Rage, not random anger, but focused, dangerous rage, a force that could bend rules, break machines, even change the laws of war. So they created a last resort, a protocol, hidden in AI networks, defense systems, satellites, and in human DNA. The Rage Protocol, never tested, never activated, until now. "Are we really doing this?" Adam asked. Marlowe didn't answer. She looked at the red button, then at the screens, alien fleets in orbit, sensors picking up more silent drills underground, and strange symbols forming in human dreams. Even children were drawing the same triangle in a circle. It was time. Marlowe nodded. Leanne placed her hand on the scanner. Harris turned the key. Then Marlowe pressed the button. Nothing happened. For 5 seconds. Then the lights turned red, and across the world, everything changed. At a military base in Alaska, jets turned on by themselves. At a base in India, robots stood up and aimed at the sky. At a shipyard in Brazil, submarines launched without orders, but none of them attacked. Instead, they waited, listening. Not for orders, but for something else. A signal, a feeling, a mood. All over Earth, humans felt it. Something sharp in their chest, a heat in their bones. Not fear, not sadness, but focus. Rage without chaos. In orbit, the alien scouts saw it. Their sensors picked up a strange new signal, a frequency they couldn't translate. And then, human ships vanished from radar, not cloaked, just gone. The aliens didn't know it, but Earth's tech had just rewritten its own coding. Satellites no longer obeyed math alone. Now they listened to emotion, and Earth's emotion was clear. Come closer and burn. On the council ship, Zaylor screamed. What is this? What did they activate? Lady Syra shook her head. I don't know. I've never seen this energy before. It's not science. The elder Drax answered. It's not meant to be understood. It's meant to be felt. The humans didn't launch weapons. They woke them. The others argued. We must strike now. No, if we strike, we trigger whatever this is. We already triggered it. They were right. The Rage Protocol was not about control. It was about letting go. And now, Earth was watching. On a battlefield training site in Nevada, a man named Sergeant Rios stood in front of his squad. They weren't told anything. No mission, no orders, just one word on their screens: rage. And yet they all understood. No fear, just fire. Rios put on his helmet. We fight smart, we fight hard, we fight like Earth is inside our blood. His team roared, and they moved out, fast. Like they knew the path before it opened. Deep under the Atlantic Ocean, hidden since before humans walked upright, a huge dome lit up. Inside it, machines from another age stirred. Long metal arms reached out, tubes glowed, one by one. Ancient human war suits rose from sleep. Each held weapons that had no trigger. Instead, they responded to thought. And thought now screamed, protect, survive, destroy if needed. The Rage Protocol had awakened not just weapons, but memories. Memories written into the Earth itself. Of times when humans fought creatures far older than aliens, and won. Meanwhile, Adam drove across empty roads, Max beside him. The sky was clear, but he could feel pressure building, not outside, inside himself. His blood moved faster, his breath deeper, and every tree, every rock, every piece of earth seemed to whisper, "You are ready." He didn't know where he was going, but the earth was guiding him, and he listened. In a quiet lab in Tokyo, a scientist named Mira stared at her notes. She wasn't military, just a child genius who built machines that could read emotion. Now every device in her lab buzzed with red light. She whispered, "It's here." Then her computer typed on its own. One sentence appeared. "We are all awake now," Mira smiled. "Welcome back." Back on the council ship, the aliens watched Earth with growing fear. Zayler shouted, "Why is nothing showing up on sensors?" "Where are their ships?" An officer cried. "They're everywhere and nowhere." Then the view screen changed. A human face appeared. It was not live. It was a recording. The face was old, calm, smiling. It was from thousands of years ago. The man spoke. "To the ones who seek to rule Earth. You are late. We were warned. You'd come. So we left something behind. Not weapons, not armies, but rage. The pure fire of defense. And now, it wakes. If you are still watching, leave. If you stay, burn." The screen went black. Silence. Then alarms. Every alien ship in orbit received the same signal. Earth is active. Earth is aware. Earth is angry. Some aliens fled. Others panicked. But a few still planned to fight. They moved toward Earth. Weapons. Hot engines ready, and the Rage Protocol smiled, because now it could respond. In a forest, a little girl drew her final picture. This one showed the sky on fire, alien ships falling, but in the center, a human holding a glowing sword, no armor, no helmet, just eyes full of fire. Her parents asked, "Who is that?" The alien fleet came in like a storm. From above Earth, it looked like a dark cloud made of metal. Thousands of ships, weapons ready, shields raised. Their mission was clear. Land on Earth, crush the Rage Protocol, end the threat. They had no fear. No planet had stopped them before. They had erased empires, broken moons, burned oceans. But Earth was not like other worlds. Earth had decided to fight back, and it didn't wait. It hunted. As the first wave entered the atmosphere, something strange happened. Their heat shields cracked. Not melted, cracked like glass struck by a hammer. Alarms screamed, pilots shouted, "Shields are failing. We're not even hit by anything." Then static flooded their radios. They heard only one sound, a heartbeat, slow, loud, coming from the planet itself. Then came the second sound, a scream, not of pain, of rage. The lead battleship, Croven's Fist, lost all control at 30,000 feet. Its engines locked, its scanners spun, and then the ship flipped itself upside down, as if something grabbed it from below. It wasn't hit by a missile. It wasn't pulled by a beam. It simply stopped obeying its own rules. Then it dropped, straight into the ocean. No survivors, no explosion, just silence. Commander Vaxon of the invasion fleet yelled, "Pull the second wave back." Too late. Dozens of smaller ships were already falling. Some caught fire, others vanished, not exploded, just gone. As if erased mid-air, others turned against each other. One ship aimed its weapons at its own fleet, fired, destroyed 4 others before disappearing in a flash of white light. "We've lost command," someone shouted. "Something's inside our systems. It's not a virus, it's emotion." "What?" "Our ships are feeling fear," Vaxon growled. "Machines don't feel, but they did now, because Earth had reprogrammed reality itself. Far below, human skies stayed calm. No fire, no panic. People stood outside and watched. Some recorded with their phones, some just stared in silence. A woman in Kenya whispered, "They're falling." A boy in Alaska said, "Like raindrops." A farmer in Brazil looked up and smiled. They never even touched the ground. Deep underground, the Rage Protocol watched, not with eyes, but with energy. It saw the invaders not as ships, but as threats to its children, and like any good parent, it struck back, but not with missiles, with choice. It offered the alien systems a final decision. Obey your commanders, or survive. And many chose to survive, by crashing, by shutting down, by ending themselves before they could hurt Earth. The fleet didn't just fall, it turned on itself. One elite alien general managed to land. His ship, badly damaged, skidded across the Mojave Desert. He crawled out, injured, furious. He raised his plasma cannon, only to see a boy standing before him, no armor, no weapon, just calm eyes. The general aimed, the boy didn't move. Then the cannon shook. Sparks flew. The weapon refused to fire. The general screamed, "Why?" The boy answered, "Because you're on Earth now." Then the general's legs gave out, not from injury but from pressure, the weight of Earth's fury. He collapsed, alive, but defeated, back in mine space. The council ship watched the disaster. Zayler looked pale, his skin once red, now gray. We lost them all." Syra said nothing. She was staring at the screen, which showed a message repeating again and again, "Stay in the sky or die." Zayler turned to the elder Drax. "What is this place?" Drax answered, "It's not a place, it's a warning. This planet doesn't want war, but it doesn't forgive attack. And now, it remembers. Earth is not just land. Earth is alive." In a secure base, President Marlowe received the news. First wave gone. Second wave refused to launch. Some alien ships self-destructed in orbit. Harris smiled. "I think they understand." "Now?" Leanne nodded. "They thought rage was chaos, but they forgot one thing. Humans don't fight alone. The planet fights with us." Adam stood on a cliff, looking up at the falling wreckage. Max barked once, then sat down. Adam whispered, "They never even touched the ground." He remembered something his father once told him. "We don't start fights, but we end them." Now, he finally understood. The Rage Protocol wasn't about killing. It was about protecting. Protecting what Earth loved. And Earth loved us in a quiet village. The girl with the drawings picked up her crayons one last time. She drew the sky, all clear. The stars were bright again. No ships, no smoke, only peace. Then she drew a hand, a giant hand, made of trees, rocks, fire, water, holding Earth, like a baby, smiling. The war was over. No victory speech, no parades, no flag planted, Because the enemy never made it past the sky. The invaders who had crushed other worlds never touched Earth's soil. They came with pride, with weapons that erased planets, but they left in silence, or didn't leave at all, because Earth spoke. And when it did, everything listened. In orbit, the few remaining alien ships floated in silence. No signals sent, no weapons ready. They didn't even try to fight anymore. Some ships just turned and drifted, powerless. Others opened escape pods and surrendered to the planet itself. They had seen enough. The rage wasn't random. It wasn't loud. It was focused, clean, final. It had erased fleets without a shot, not because it wanted to kill, but because Earth had decided, "You are not allowed to hurt my people." Inside the main council ship, Zayla stood before the screen. He hadn't spoken in hours. Syra sat beside him, holding her face in her hands. They had never seen such a defeat, not by numbers, not by tactics, but by will. Zayla turned to the elder, Drax. "We never stood a chance, did we?" Drax's eyes were calm. "Not once," Zayla whispered. "Why didn't they attack us first?" Drax replied, "Because humans aren't the weapon. Earth is." Down on the planet, people didn't celebrate. They didn't need to. They simply lived. Children returned to schools. Farms kept growing. Cities stayed strong. There was no need to shout, because the silence in the sky said everything. We are not afraid. We are not broken. We are Earth. President Marlowe sat in her office, reading the final report. No losses, no invasion, no trace of alien troops. General Harris stood beside her. "So what now?" She closed the file. "We rebuild. We grow. We remember." Leon entered the room. "The Rage Protocol is going back to sleep." Marlowe looked up. "Can it?" Leon nodded. "It was never meant to rule us, just protect us. And now, it waits again." Marlowe smiled. "Good. But leave a light on, just in case." Adam walked through a quiet field. Max trotted beside him. He looked up. The sky was blue, clear, but he could feel it, something deep below. Something watching, but not in fear or anger, in love, in loyalty, in protection. He knelt down, touched the grass, and whispered, "Thank you. We heard you. And we'll protect you too." For the first time, he felt Earth breathe. In a forest, the girl with the drawing stood with her parents. She placed her final picture on a stone. A gift. The drawing showed the Earth surrounded by stars. Some stars smiled, others stayed far away, but in the middle Earth stood proud and peaceful. She wrote at the bottom, she didn't scream. She didn't beg. She just spoke, and they listened. In the blackness of space, far away, the other alien races watched. They had seen Earth's answer. Not a fleet, not a superweapon, not even a soldier, just a feeling, a force, a warning. Earth had no need to invade others, because it had mastered what no one else had, the power to end a war without starting one. One alien elder turned to his people and said, "Mark this world. Never return. Tell our children. This planet speaks only once, and when it